what's up everybody? This is angryhippielady, and this is the second time we recorded this. The last one sounded terrible and it lasted too long, and so I decided to give this a second try. So this is the second episode of my NaNoWriMo update thing. I'm hoping that this will kind of help me keep more dedicated, and everything this year, more so than previous years. So as I said in the previously recorded episode, I need more stone. I said that in that episode too, but anyway, so I had a bad day for writing. In between not sleeping yet again, or not sleeping well. I did sleep some, just not enough. Do you ever sleep enough? I mean, really. But anyway, in between that and just not, it's not that I wasn't in a good mood for writing. I definitely wanted to write. It was the whole, whenever you start a new book, you kind of get into, sometimes you get into this funk about it, especially if it's something that you don't feel confident about, in more way than in more than one way. You kind of talk yourself down, like you're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to write this. I don't know how to start this. I don't know how to do this and how to do that, and I'm not feeling this character, and there's no way I can connect with this character, and all that kind of stuff, just bringing you down and really bringing out the negative side to yourself. That pretty much is what happened today. I finally broke loose of it today, by forcing myself to eventually just sit down and write down. I probably got, once I translate it from handwriting to handwritten pages to typed, which I hope to do tonight, if not early tomorrow. Didn't help that I woke up late either. But anyway, I hope to do that soon, and I'm hoping that it would come out to be around 1,000 words. It's probably going to be a little bit less, depending on how much into detail I go, which I've always had problems with, is going more and more into detail. I don't go enough into detail sometimes, because I know how I want it to be written, and I know what I mean to say, but sometimes I don't say it, just because I get caught up in my own head a little too much sometimes, and that just makes it hard on the reader. So I'm really hoping that I get out of that little bit of a funk there tomorrow and get some more writing done. We are on it is November the 4th right now. For a couple more hours at least. It's 10 o'clock. So I think I'm supposed to be on like 7,000 or 8,000 words at this point. Typically I've gone onto NaNoWriMo's website and typed in everything and kept up with it that way. I haven't done that yet this year. I'm just getting started late on everything. And once again, this is the pessimistic side of me, but I'm just, this year I'm not feeling it in general, and I feel like this is probably going to be my worst year. I thought last year was worst. I've like I said in episode 1, I've probably done this 3 or 4 years. Last year was the most I've gotten out of NaNoWriMo, but it's also probably the worst year I've ever done, up until this year. Not writing wise. Writing wise, I feel like I had some of my best writing. I've progressively gotten better over the years, which is good. The thing that I think made last year's writing some of the worst, or last year's story maybe the worst attempt, was the fact that I made the story too personal. The story was pretty much an autobiography. It wasn't totally. It was fictionalized still, but I took a lot of point. I pretty much made the main character me, and I highly I do not suggest that at all. Um, it's good to make your characters something that you could relate to in some way, somehow, um, or something that you know. But it's not good to put a carbon copy of you. You get too close to the story and it gets too personal and it becomes really hard to write. Um, I noticed that a lot. My friend, the person who runs the group that I'm in, um, he had to give me some really tough prompts sometimes to just crack the whip and get me going, to the point of really bothering me sometime. Well, one time in particular, um, and sometimes that's what you need to do is really bring that bring up the tough stuff to get it going. But it burned me out early on. I thought it would be easy because I needed to do it for class anyway. I didn't need to write like 50,000 words or anything. I think at that point we only, at most, she wanted us to have 20 pages. Like it was for a final. Um, like we were fixing up the story. We had already done it for class, turned it in and everything, and um, at that point it was to pretty it up and make it better and do what try to take into consideration the suggestions we got from our classmates in the peer reviews. And so I thought, oh, that'd be great, because it would, I would already have something to work on. And I thought it would be easy to write that kind of a story. It's not. So yeah, it was rough. But this year, it's the only connection is writing, really, and then the wanting to be a paranormal investigator kind of thing. So other than that, there's really no connection between me and oh, I did name my character. This is the problem with me making a episode and deciding it was so bad that I had to delete it. Um, I did get around to naming my character. Her name. Let's hope I don't say it wrong like 500 times like I did last time. Adeline? Or not. Oh, no. Annaline. Sorry, Adeline's like one of the character names I use for a game. um, Annaline. Right? 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 Where's your name? Emmeline. Whoops. I'm really connected to my character. Emmeline. God, it's so fucking hard to say. Okay. Not only is it hard to remember for some reason. Her name is Emmaline, which I would pronounce Emmeline. But according to a bunch of things, I had to look up her name because I was like, I came up with his name. I didn't look it up or anything. I was just sitting there. I was like, okay, what's your name? What's your name? What's her name? And eventually this name came to me. I was like, is that even a thing? And so I had to go and look it up because it didn't even sound like a real name to me. I had to make sure that this was actually a name, and turns out it is. And there is a little debate as to whether it's Emmeline or Emmeline. Emma and I, even though at first I didn't want to settle with Emmeline, I did settle with Emmeline just because Emmeline sounds very southern. And I'm not sure I want her to be a southerner at this point. It sounds the way, well, at least the way I say it, Emmeline, it just doesn't sound right. And it does. Southern's not bad. It's just it's really hard not to say with an extremely thick southern accent. And I thought Emmeline also sounded prettier. And I thought it fit the character. It just felt more right. So there's that. I came down here for blocks, didn't I? I did. So I did name her. I came up with a few things like I still want her to be a writer. I did decide that I wanted her to be. I didn't want her to be like a well-known writer. I didn't even want her to be a known writer. I kind of wanted her to be more the writer that people in my family are. My grandmother, she wrote. She loves to write poetry and stuff like that. Am I a block away? No, I am more than a block away, so I need to be one more in. She wrote poetry and some short stories, but for the most part she wrote for the paper. But her true passion was for poetry, at least from what I get from her writing. I didn't even know that she wrote until after she passed away, so I never really got to communicate with her about it. I need to go more out. So I really don't know if that was her true passion, but it feels like it. My mom seems to think so also, and so does her sisters. And then my dad also wrote, but he never published. Now I will say that he did attempt to get published. He sent out letters of I can't think right now. This is pretty much how the whole episode last time was. Is I can't think. What am I trying to say? Blah blah blah. But yeah, he tried to get published. I think I found a couple letters from publishers that said pretty much what I got in my one rejection letter that I have proudly sitting at my desk. That pretty much says, you don't what you sent us isn't what we're looking for, but please, resubmit later, and maybe it'll be the right thing. I know I found at least one. Stop it! You know what? Just I'm not happy with you. Could you not? Thanks. Drawbacks to not having a weapon on you. That. So, I really, I feel more, I feel like I would feel more connected to her if that was the kind of writer she was. Like, a not known, it's more of a journal kind of thing. Like, she does it for her own benefit and to kind of deal with life sometimes, because that's what, I need more torches. I still need to do some terraforming right there. Just that last little bit, but I want to get this episode done. Please. God, I feel like I've done nothing. Okay, give me some. I need things. What am I needing? I need torches. I don't need stone. There. What is this? There's blocks down here. Oh, because of that thing. So yeah, I want it to be a more personal thing. I want it, and then for a paranormal investigator, I actually don't want her to start out as a paranormal investigator. I decided today. Yeah. Let's get all the eyes out. Wait, not that way. Don't like dig the eyes out. Just what? My mind. Shut up. I need sleep. Oh, my head hurts. So don't want her to be a paranormal investigator at first. I want her to be a skeptic, a very hardcore skeptic. Debunk everything, make a point to debunk everything, knows that everything can be debunked, or claims to know, or feels like she knows that everything can be debunked. That kind of person. And then the scene that I wrote out today, I did get one scene written out. It's not even fully written. It's just like quick hand, something that I write. I write kind of shorthandish. Like I leave things out, but I know that they're supposed to be there, and so when I type it out, they go in. Like I just throw them in there. It's something that wouldn't make sense to anybody else other than me, kind of thing. So, ooh, I almost walked off there. I got, I did do a little bit. It's not enough, and I feel like I could have done much more if I pushed a little bit harder, but I don't know. Today was just a bad day all around. So I want her to be a total skeptic. And the first time that her and her friend go out, I want her to be able to debunk every little thing, every little piece of supposed evidence that they find during their visit. I want the place to be... I've already got the place in mind and everything, and so really my biggest issue at this point is actually just sitting down and saying, okay, I can do this, now let's do this. Because I'm just, right now I'm at the point where I'm really good at saying I can't do this. And I've always had issues starting a story. I've never truly ended a story either. I have written endings, so I don't have problems with endings. I don't have an issue with ending a character or story or their storyline or whatever. My issue is the journey. I've always had issues with starting and the journey. Especially when I start thinking about anything past, the end of the story. If I ever wanted to do anything, that's when I start stopping and losing every little bit of writing desire. So that's something I gotta not ever do. But anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh God. I'm gonna have to scratch this episode too. So yeah, I'm hoping that tomorrow or tonight, I still have time tonight, it's only 10. I'm hoping that I can sit down for a bit and break through that I can't phase. There's no I gotta do this for a grade thing anymore. This is I gotta do this, or I want to do this. I want to write a story, and I am writing a story. There's no other kind of motivation. The motivation is all on me this time. And I'm finding it very easy to just say, I can't do this. So I'm hoping I can break through that. And I guess you guys will hear if I can or can't, or can or won't tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. I have been extremely all over. I have been all over the place. I know. I'm sorry. I hope that I can get some more sleep tonight and make a better episode and possibly be more together in my mind, because my mind is all over the place. My mind isn't even on this right now. I have to keep on reminding myself that I'm recording and I'm not just like talking to somebody that's being really quiet. So yeah, thank you all for listening to my rambling and possibly me not making any sense. I am Angry Hippie Lady, and peace out.